What's up, guys? The title of today's video is Boring is Underrated. I was thinking to myself while I was doing deadlifts today at one point, this is kind of boring. And then I was reflecting upon the many years I've spent training and exercising, and I love training, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love what I do. I love going to the gym and working out. I'm really passionate about it. But just because you're passionate about something, just because you're working towards your goal, and maybe it's something you really enjoy and something you really love, odds are a lot of the time is going to be spent just doing the same thing over and over again, or that's what it feels like, and that is one of the definitions of boring. Not exciting, tedious, repetitive, and that's what's required for success. Some people have what it takes to do that, and some people get distracted by that. They think just because my life isn't super exciting, or just because this feels really boring to me, somehow it's unsuccessful, and somehow I'm doing something wrong. But I'm here to tell you that it's okay. When things feel boring, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. And so you got to keep some perspective to that. One thing I think helps to put some perspective to it, if you want to look at professional level athletes, for example, a lot of time you see them when they're competing, when they're on the field, when they're on the stage, whether that's Michael Phelps or whatever high level athlete you want to think about. You see them when they're at the top of their level, when they've already gone through the thousands and thousands of hours of training, doing the mundane things like their sparring practice, their cardio, the repetitive lifting routines, or watching their foods and their sleep schedule. A lot of that stuff is going on and has gone on behind the scenes, and so you only get to see these people performing at the top level. You only like if you watch the movie Rocky, he spends lots of hours training before he actually gets into the ring. And your own personal story, it doesn't have to be a Rocky movie. It doesn't have to be that exciting when you train all the time. Sometimes it will feel a little bit mundane, a little bit boring. But the most important factor is that you're consistent with what you're doing. And even if it's boring, boring is okay, and is oftentimes underrated in our society, where we want instant gratification, instant results. We always want to have everything be flashy, super sexy, and exciting. But sometimes when you look under the hood of someone who's successful, they spend a lot of their time doing relatively simple tasks over and over and over again until they perfect them. That's generally speaking what it takes. That's been my experience with it. That doesn't mean boring is always great and boring is a necessity to get results, but I'm here to tell you that that consistency and that steady improvement over time is what's going to lead you to some long-term sustainable results, rather than something that's super flashy and exciting all of the time. Because like I said, even though I'm passionate about what I do, there are lots of times where I deal with the fact that this is kind of mundane and this is a little dry. And so you can try to mix it up, switch some exercises here or there, change your rep schemes, change the food you're eating, stuff like that to try to get yourself a little bit, make it a little bit more exciting. But if you want to get good results, something you have to accept, that it's going to be boring. Don't let that discourage you, because a lot of times I think too, people sometimes get so distracted by the fact that, hey, this is boring, this isn't exciting, so therefore either it means I'm not getting results, or it's not working, or I'm just going to quit because it's too boring for me to continue down this path. And hopefully that's not your situation, but if it is, I want to encourage you to keep fighting, keep working at it. Sometimes it is boring, sometimes developing discipline is boring, but it's through those repetitive tasks that you do over time that make you better and help you to improve yourself. And just because someone else's story on Instagram looks a lot more exciting than yours doesn't mean that you're not getting great results. Also, social media is not always an accurate reflection of the reality of other people's situations. Oftentimes people put up what they want you to think their life is like, not what their life is actually like. So I'm here to tell you that if you're just looking to make good results, don't be afraid of following the boring path or going down on the grindy route, because that's oftentimes what it takes. So I don't want this video to go super long. Those are just some of my thoughts I had at the gym while I was exercising today, and I wanted to share them with you guys on YouTube. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. Hopefully maybe this will encourage you, even if things feel boring, that you don't necessarily always have to be mixing things up all the time. Sometimes it is just a grind. And so feel free to let me know your comments down below if you agree, disagree, or have any more nuance to this discussion. I appreciate you watching the video and checking out the channel. Like I said, if this was helpful for you, please like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. I'll catch you guys out next time. Take it easy, keep lifting, and making those gains.